Somebody has something?
So, okay, I agree that if that's what, you're a successful man. If your standard is, I can take care of you, but I might go fuck another girl, that's fair, and that's what you can do. But I also feel like a lot of things, like the morality of it just goes down to like what relationship boundaries are. Because like some women will hear that and be like, bet, you're gonna take care of me, go fuck who you want, I won't fuck anybody. And they'll really like that. But I feel like that's just kind of like a situation to situation thing.
The point
like,
I'm trying to make.
It's not that it's always wrong, or it's less wrong when a man does it. In your situation, it might be less wrong because of the situation you have set up with that woman.
The point I'm trying to make is that men can have multiple women, it's not a problem. But when a woman has multiple men, it's always a problem.
I've had multiple men. I've had 2 boyfriends, and they liked it. It's just it's a situation.
Why aren't you with those guys anymore then?
I didn't like them anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, because you know deep down that a man that will accept you having 2 boyfriends is lower status. That's why.
Offer it, yeah.
It was fun. The same way all guys like to have, like, every guy has the fantasy. I feel like every girl has the same fantasy, but just doesn't admit it.
No.
Yes.
The reality is, anytime
if you
girls...
like dick, you want to take 2.
Yeah.
The same way, if a guy likes pussy, you want to take 2. Yeah,
Well,
I feel like every girl, they won't admit it. They don't do.
Absolutely.
I think girls watch gangbang porn.
Absolutely.
They just lie.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yo,
Fucking
if you
disgusting.
love your man with your heart and
He put
feelings
me on
and
to his
emotions,
homie.
hold on,
That was his
hold on.
fault.
What? You a
That nigga-
thotty then. He
that
looking
nigga
at you
loved
as
you.
a...
Yeah.
He loved
He
you.
looking at you as a
He
thot
loved
then.
the fuck
He
out
saw
of
you as
me.
a
Fuck,
hoe.
he didn't. He did not love you.
saw you as a
Yeah.
hoe.
I'm not putting a girl that I love
Yeah.
onto one of my niggas.
He was
It's not
fruity,
happening.
though. He was fruity, though. And he was a cuck.
Okay, there you go then. There you go. That wasn't a real
See,
nigga.
but
That was
that has to do with situationally it being okay.
You know,
Yeah,
ladies,
it's just
I'm just going to be
person.
very, very blunt about this. You two are sexual deviants. So you guys cannot sit here and use your worldview on sex and how women move and everything to, personify how women move, because the majority of women don't think the way you guys
But
do.
but that's the thing is what we're explaining is that
They're
they
lying.
do. We just make a profit
Yo,
out of
can
it.
I hear it
That's
from
the
some of the
only
other
difference.
girls, please?
I would just like to say,
They're not gonna admit. Look at all it. Like, come on now.
But girls that keep talking, shut the fuck up so the other girls can talk.
So,
do you think your average woman's body
Shut the
count is
fuck
under
up.
10?
Let the
hold on,
girls
hold on.
talk.
Let's start here. Do you agree with their sentiments here? Because I think, honestly speaking, most women think differently. But what do you think?
So I think like going back to the whole standards thing, I think like women and men, especially as a woman, like personally, if you can't like provide what you demand, then you need to change your standards and your expectations of your partner. If you expect your partner to have all this extra shit, then you should be able to have all that extra shit too. Like you shouldn't be showing up with nothing but problems, empty-handed, whatever. So I don't know. It kind of goes both ways. But
can you agree your boyfriend and you have different roles to play? And as a result,
I mean,
Hold on,
yeah,
no,
we
hold on.
do, but-
No, with all due respect, you don't make sense because you're a bartender, but you got with a guy that makes significantly more money than you, more successful than
No.
you. You can't bring the same things to the table that he does. He owns a construction company. He owns a construction company. So I know off a rip
I
that
make
he's
6
probably
figures.
he's a six.
Yeah,
Okay, but he makes significantly
hold
more
on.
money than you do.
because of what? OnlyFans, right?
No,
No, she's a bartender.
no, I bartend and I model and everything, but I don't.
Yeah, but you don't bring as much
I
money
don't-
as him. You're not in the same status as him. How could you sit there and say you got to be able to if you want a certain man, you got to be able to bring it to the table? That's not true. Women never bring the same things to the table at all.
I mean,
feel like-
I get like I don't
But
know.
that's,
Like, it's
I
very
feel like
weird
you're
because I
basically
do,
saying
though.
that we don't have enough value to you guys for you guys to be able to treat us right, and I
But the
disagree with
value-
that
I
because our
value
value
just
is
as
held
much
in
as he
different
does.
spots, right? So you are saying that you're supposed to be the provider, right? So with that being said, we're supposed to be the one who is making sure that you're okay mentally, and our kids are okay mentally, and our house is put together correctly, and that everything around us is not falling apart while you make money. So if you really want to boil it down, we are making sure everything else possible is okay and running correctly while you guys come home and say, here's the money, do with that what you will, my job's done.
Okay, look, this is another example of women over specializing themselves. Everything that a female brings to the table typically can be outsourced, unfortunately. Women are not
we
as
can
special.
say the same thing about men.
Not
I
really.
can go
Hold
and get
on,
the same
hold on,
job that you do
hold
and
on.
make just as much as money as you do.
See,
It is totally possible,
Yo,
110%.
No.
yeah,
It's not happening.
What I'm trying to say is that typically the things that women bring to the table, sex and taking care of kids and all these things can be outsourced, a maid, you can go get a woman to do all those things. But the thing that a man brings, that masculine essence, protecting, providing for you, giving you that boyfriend energy that women yearn for, having a man, because women typically, they're not with a man, they aren't complete. The reality is that you can't get that paying for it. But we can get everything a woman brings paying for it most of the time.
I can as well. We can
Like
most
what?
definitely.
You gonna pay for a boyfriend?
Absolutely. If I wanted to, I absolutely
Where's
could.
he
What
right
do you
now,
think
then?
people? What do you
Where's he
think
right
people
now, then?
pay me to do? Be their girlfriend.
Okay.
They pay for me
No.
to have
No.
to stay there and emotionally support them.
You know what's
and
funny?
be the one that they talk to at the end of the day.
incredible.
So
that is quite literally
So
what.
you say you can pay for it,
Incredible.
right? But if that were the case, that would be one of the biggest services for porn stars and OnlyFans girls. You can't pay for it, and as a result,
Yes, you
you're always
can.
looking for love because you can't find
Gigolo.
it.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, but it's not genuine love though. It's a paid service.
Yeah.
So again, you're not getting that.
Right,
Yeah,
and
literally
you
said
can't,
something
but
like-
you
You can
can't,
outsource?
but you can't pay a maid to watch your kid and give it the same love a
There's
mother will
nannies.
give it.
There's
But you
nannies.
think you can
There's
outsource
caretakers.
that emotional
The nanny
labor?
won't
What are
love
you
the
talking about?
children and nurture the children the same way that the mother
All right.
can. So if that's
Ladies,
the case, then it
ladies,
should go both ways
50
as
bucks and
well.
up, Mark?
Look, yeah, we'll go 50 and up.
Bro, you can't pay for a
Well,
boyfriend.
the thing is that the problem is that you have a very warped
won't like
worldview,
him.
and you're trying to.
I
say,
just have a worldview from something that you haven't been able to
no,
experience
from a
yet.
slut, pretty much.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if anything, I know
Wait, hold
more
on, hold on,
details
hold on.
about this situation
How
than
many of you
do.
here are sluts on the panel?
Raise your hand high, very high.
So
all of
3, right? Four.
4 sluts.
So your boyfriend got a slut?
I'm a slut for him.
That's
Oh,
different.
you
though.
heard?
So there's 3 sluts on the panel, right? Question: why don't you want to be a slut?
I've never been the type of person to like you can do whatever you want, have sex with whoever you want, do what you want, but me personally, I have never been the type. I cannot have sex with someone who I'm not emotionally attracted to.
Understandable. Why don't you want to be a slut?
What's the question? What a slut
The
is not a
question
good
is,
thing
why don't you want to be a slut?
because I have respect for myself.
Okay. Why don't you want to be a slut?
W.
I just don't want to.
W.
You?
It's just not who I am, not how I was raised.
The point is that like your standards of what sex and dating should be are irrelevant. You're a fucking slut. Now, granted, the girls here on the panel
girls are
that
fun
want
for it.
actual love and
Buster's
connections
Arcade Pass.
have understand that
Literally,
if-
to
if-
go to the fucking Chick-fil-A drive-thru
yo.
and let me give
Real
you some
talk,
head on the
if
way
you
there
want
so that you
love
can buy my
long term,
meal.
you can't be a fucking slut. I'll tell you why. Because that man that you actually want, when he sees your past, doesn't want you. So by default, they're saying, you know what? I risk my
You know how many-
youth and my actions right now to find a man I actually care about that loves me.
You know
But
how many
again,
porn stars
can I
are married and have been married for decades and
Right, it
have
doesn't
fantastic,
work. And it's men
well-working
that they don't really care about.
relationships?
That's a
They-
minority
they
of
don't care
porn
about those men
stars.
anyway.
Most of them.
Well, because some porn stars never
Fail.
want to settle down.
Exactly.
Hold on,
They
hold on.
can't settle
Hold on,
down.
hold on.
That is
Yo,
not
yo,
true.
They
I
can't.
think there's
So hold on.
always a situation
They say
where
that.
somebody will
Hold on.
always
Hold on.
accept you.
They
Whether or
say
not
that.
it's your first
Wait.
choice, there will always
I
be
wanted to
somebody
answer what
willing
you
to
had said.
accept what
Yeah.
you
Hold on,
got
hold on. You
going
said it
on.
yourself. You said it yourself.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's your first choice, they will accept you. That's the key.
Yeah.
Your first choice will never fucking accept
That
you.
is not
Never.
true.
That's the
That
truth.
is not true. I've had plenty of men. If I want a man, I got him.
Cal-
That's not a question. You want a
sucker?
man? Look at my
Yeah.
roster.
A sucker,
Thank you very
yeah.
much.
Horny
That
ass
is
sucker,
not
yeah.
true.
By the way,
I
high
can
value
be
man,
completely
no.
faithful to me
By
while
the way-
I'm going out doing
by the
my
way-
job because at the end of the day, I
Can I add
can
something?
This is
detach
cold.
myself
By the
emotionally.
way,
Go ahead.
a trick,
Can I?
a guy that spoils you, that's not really your type, a guy that's a nerd, a weirdo, whatever, is not what you ideally
They
want.
A
don't
trick is
all-
somebody that I'm
I
using
used
for
to
money.
feel like
That's
when
different.
I first started OnlyFans, the whole idea of like, which is true, it does matter than the dating pool. Everyone's allowed to have their own standards and boundaries. I wouldn't want to date who's naked on the internet. Fair enough. But I feel like for me, that narrowing the dating pool has made me like people men who are attracted to me genuinely are sexually deviant the same way I am. So
Yes.
it's like I end up in a situation that's happier for me because I am sexually deviant. When I used to lie to myself about it and try to pretend that I don't have these desires, it made me sad. So it's like everyone's different.
No, but again, for long
not
term,
that you can't get married.
long-term stability and having a family, that doesn't work.
But then also, it's
And
like when you guys
look-
say 18 is the right time, you can get the 18 to like early 20s is one that most likely to, get wifed up, whatever, right? When you can get a high value man. I feel like you guys have said that.
The younger the better.
What if what if you're younger and it's like sometimes you gotta just fucking take care of yourself. Sometimes your hand is kind of pushed sometimes.
Understandable.
And you'll
But guess
find
what?
somebody
But hold on.
who understands
Hold
that.
on.
It might not be
Hold on.
majority of men.
Your
I
co-
agree.
Your counterparts here had the same choice. Hey, I'm young. I need to make money, but I'm not gonna go on the internet and show my body.
But
that's
because they don't
their
like
choice,
it. Because they like it. The
yes.
first time I saw a video of me like,
Hold on.
I was like, I look good.
The point is, they made a choice not to do it.
And,
Now-
and that's fair as fuck. Every girl should be able to make
Can
that
I be
choice.
honest? I've had OnlyFans before, and I just decided that it wasn't for me. 'Cause
Exactly.
That's just not
It's
who
like
I
it's
am.
sexuality's fluid.
But notice, right? You stopped it immediately and said, you know what? I have a
I
future
won't say
ahead of me.
immediately. I made like 4 bands and then I quit.
Thank you.
Either way, you stopped it. The
Yeah.
point is that, like, on some level, you say, you know what? For my future, I don't want this.
Yeah, it just
Generally
wasn't
speaking,
me.
though, like, you guys' opinions, I get it. But bro, the general population of women are not like you guys.
But I don't want the same way like the general population of women aren't like us. I don't like want to appeal to the general population of men. I want to appeal to a very niche type of man who really gets it. Because can you guys acknowledge there are men who love sluts. You know. They exist.
Yeah, the fuck, yeah.
Does someone want to marry him? You see how Kanye's so proud? His bitch is viral off a sex tape. He loves that, and he's still down bad for her.
And that's true.
Hey,
But
don't
then,
compare yourself to Kim K though. Like you can't do that.
I'm not saying I'm that, but I'm just saying it's just an easy to explain
It's a whole
example.
different type of situation.
This is
Everyone's
incredible.
different.
This is incredible.
Some people like
This
that.
is really crazy,
Hey,
bro.
can I say something though?
Yeah, please.
If
Go
you're a
ahead.
regular hoe, like nobody gives a fuck. I'm gonna be honest. If you a Kim K slut, I'm a bend a
But
block a
being
little
a
bit. But if you're a regular asshole,
make a real good
if
money.
you're a regular asshole, I don't need you for your money. I don't need you. If you're a high value man, I don't need you for your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like,
What the
that
fuck
means
am I
you
gonna-
find a
what is your
woman
money
who's more
gonna do
compatible
compared
for
to
you.
mine?
You know what I mean?
Huh?
And then that's a woman
Wait,
that's
I-
compatible for you.
A high value hoe?
You're allowed to have
are
that
you guys
boundary. You
literally-
don't want to
hold
have
on. Are you women flexing your money right now?
No, I'm just saying.
I feel like back to what she was saying when she was like, she speaks,
crazy.
she wants a specific type of audience. That is how specific women here carry themselves. Like, you want a specific type of audience, that's how you're going to carry yourself. You want a specific type of audience, that's how you're going to carry yourself. If you want a high value man, you're going to present yourself as what you think that they would want.
Here's
Or
the thing.
also that just being yourself. Like, you could just
Yeah.
like want to be classy, and that's what you're going to attract naturally.
The reality is that you guys are not as unique as you think you are. Women are typically chasing the same small
Asagi.
percentage of men. That's what it really comes down to. Women are not as fluid and I'm open to this and that. There's a reason why so many women are single. There's a reason why so many women don't see most men and they're invisible. Women are very picky in who they have sex with and who they hook up with and who they want to eventually have a relationship with. They want a guy that's tall, successful, charming, charismatic, a bunch of different traits. The problem is that there's not enough men that have these traits to go around. And when you end up going into sex work, etc., you significantly limit your ability to find that guy and have him take you seriously.
But
This
at
is
the end of
reality.
the day, I don't want a man who's not okay with what I'm doing. So if that's the case, then I have no problem saying goodbye to those men.
But
That's
she's
a majority.
already at some level of detachment. She
That's a
goes into
majority of men.
relationships
And
with some
that's
level
fine
of
because the
detachment.
majority of men are not going to matter. The majority of men aren't going to pay my bills, aren't
Here we
going to
go.
do any of that.
And
so I'm doing what
Well,
I can, and
the
if
men-
you don't like it, then that's
The
fine.
men, the men that would have potentially done it, the more traditional men that
I
women
have
yearn
to
for.
change
Can
who
you,
I
can you
am
please stop
for
interrupting?
them.
Holy shit! Wow,
shit, bro.
Incredible.
Tone deaf, man.
The traditional men that typically women want that are chivalrous and gentlemen or whatever, they're not going to want a girl that's promiscuous in return. They're not.
And look, you made the choice for yourself that it's what you want.
Yeah.
Understandable. But just note, when you get older and you have to make that choice of finding that husband to be with long term, on some level, it might not be a guy that you actually want. So it's just like,
If as a
Does it work
woman,
for-
your number one goal and what you really want is to be a stay-at-home mom or da-da-da-da, then it probably isn't a good decision to go be a stripper or OnlyFans girl. But if men are decentered as like the main focus in your life and you're like, I'm okay with being single the rest of my life as long as I'm happy and can take care of myself, then it's like,
The
it's...
key is you won't be.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
But what if I like...
You
can't
can
get
say
porn
that
forever.
now while you're still
How
young
do you
and
know I'm gonna be
attractive.
happy?
No, because no, because no.
20 minutes,
I'll tell
30
you why.
minutes.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because women derive most of their pleasure from a family and children, not from personal success and
girls.
accolades and money. Stop.
that part.
Stop when girls say that. You like girls on the side, maybe with a man. Most women are not really actually lesbians. You guys say you're bisexual, but you do it for a guy. That's fucking cap.
Hell no.
The point is,
Hell no.
the point is,
That's what we were talking about earlier.
again, you guys are sexual deviants. Who cares? Okay.
No, but I'm also, like,
most women
a
don't
lesbian.
necessarily. Okay, you're a full-on lesbian.
Speaking on men, yeah.
You're-
are you going to marry a lesbian? Sorry, a girl?
I feel like hypothetically I could change my mind like in the future, but for the most part I've never
You're going
had a
through
boyfriend.
a phase, man.
Yeah,
You're
I've
going
never
through
had a
phase.
boyfriend.
Going through a phase.
I will
Look,
happily
phase,
be
and I'm
in a
fucking 20
relationship
years
with the
old.
Yeah,
woman
you're going
that
through a
I'm
phase.
Me married to another sex worker would be so beautiful and I think very fulfilling. And when I'm out of the industry, I just want to help girls in the industry.
Well,
like,
statistically speaking, those relationships never work. They have the highest
no,
domestic
there's some
violence and
happy
highest
hookup
divorce.
wars.
That's
There's some happy 2 porn star girls
Right.
with lesbians.
I guarantee you,
is
if you survey them in a closed room, in a closed environment,
They hate
they're-
themselves.
They're depressed and they hate their lifestyle. They do. No, I met a few of
Do you
them.
think how many men are married to a woman that's wife material and goes cheats with sex workers and hookers and fuck strippers in the back and all these things behind her back because he pretends to be happy with a wholesome woman but deep down craves a slut, like that whole like
Okay.
what's
Yeah,
it
but
called?
who has the title in the home?
And the kids.
But
See, this is what I'm trying to say. Like that women aren't
But
good
then
long term.
you go
Stop
bring back
interrupting. Stop interrupting.
STDs
Stop
to-
interrupting. Stop interrupting. Stop interrupting.
Yep.
This is what I mean when I say y'all are not good long term thinkers. The reality is women derive pleasure from a family and children, not necessarily success and making money. And yeah, you can have your fun eating out. The majority of women want a family and children, okay?
Biologically.
That's just a biological urge that most women look for. And here's the thing. You guys are young. You can say stuff like, I'm not looking for that right now, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as you turn 24, 25, 26, 27, you start to get older, you get closer to 30, you're like, damn, I want a family and children. What the fuck am I doing? And then you're going to start to think, yo, I don't really, career, fuck that shit. I want family and children. That's what women typically want. So when you end up being a porn star, doing sex work, being a stripper, etc., you limit your ability to find a man that's going to take you serious, that can give you that. There's a reason why girls since childhood want to walk down an aisle in a white dress and have a bunch of their peers watching as they get married. It's because it's a big experience, and women know deep down that their values derive from the caliber of man that they can attract. So I get what you guys say. I don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. That's just cope, bro. As you guys get older, I promise you, you're going to yearn for a man to take you seriously.
But again,